What my original thought process was for looking at schools. What my original thought process was when I was looking at schools was to go for forensic chemistry because that's what was interesting at the time. I still think it is. But you have to go to school for like probably 4 years and do difficult classes like chemistry and such. But I didn't really want to do that. So I'm like, trades are pretty cool. So I basically picked one that I think I would like, and then I did that. I thought of a list in my head. I'm like, I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that. That seems cool, Plumbing, carpentry, electrician, a lineman, a welding, obviously. I did not consider mechanic at all because why would I want to do that? The only useful thing about that is that you can fix your car yourself. And I chose welding because I'm like, blacksmithing's cool, and welding's sort of related to that. And then I chose welding. So with the 2-year program, you get your associates, which means you're like a trained welder. With a 4-year, you have a bachelor's of science in welding fabrication and engineering, meaning you're capable of welding, but you also know a bit more about blueprinting and engineering and design, so you can do other things, such as like being a supervisor to welders. And you don't really have to weld, and you make more money. So it's generally better to do that. I'd rather not be a supervisor, but I could always do it if I need to be. I'd also rather not be welding because it's not good for you. And it's kind of hard on your body because, it's pretty rough. But if I ever needed a job, I'd be like, at least I can weld and I'll have a job. Granted, I may need to travel for it, but I'll have a job, is what I've been told. For example, Pennsylvania has pipelines currently, I think. They're making them. So if I was a pipe welder, which I would never want to be, I would just get my welding truck, head on over, be like, hey, I can weld pipe. They would give me a test. If I was decent enough, I'd pass the test, and then I'd be a pipe welder. And then if we finish the pipe, then we move to the next one, wherever that is. It's a general skill, like, you can weld, that's pretty useful. You can fix my car, you can weld this pipe, you can weld this thing for me because it's broken, you can fix my farming equipment, you can test materials because you should know how to do that, stuff like that. It's nice because it allows you to hop around and do what you want. If, for example, you don't want to be a pipe welder, but you did it for a year and you're like, wow, that really sucked, you can try your hand at welding in a fabrication shop, doing specific contracted jobs. You can try being a boiler maker and see if you like that. Or you could maybe get into testing and work for a company testing their pieces. Or you could maybe, if you've been in the industry long enough, you could become a supervisor and make procedures for people who do the welding, and you just sit there in your office. I mean, I like it enough to do it, but it's not like I'm gung-ho about it, like, this is the best job in the world, everyone should do it. It's alright. It's a job. Yeah, it's a job. That's what they're for. I don't know when this was a thing. It's been a thing probably. I don't see why jobs have to be something you enjoy doing. Like, sure, it's nice if you find it fulfilling and enjoyable, which is why I like welding, because there's a sense of accomplishment. You're like, wow, I made this, I did this, I made that thing, I did it, I could be proud of it. And you don't have to enjoy welding. You can be like, yeah, it's alright, I don't mind doing it. I wouldn't want to do it for the rest of my life, or I don't want to, go to work and, just be like, yeah, I love welding so much. It's a job. Well, here's the thing. Sure, I'm passionate about other things like playing video games or reading books or comics or whatever. You can't get a job doing that. I mean, you could be a reviewer, but that's hard to get into, and you don't probably make a lot. But turning a passion into a job has a lot of negatives and very few positives in my mind. Sure, it's your passion, and sure, it's great you get paid for it, but that's your job now, and you have to keep doing it, and it is no longer a passion because it's your job. And eventually it's going to stop being a passion because you're like, wow, I have to go to work today. sucks. I used to like doing this. Whereas if you just have a job, you go to your job, you go home, and it's like, great, I can do what I like now because I have this job and it could sustain my hobby or whatever. That I could live by myself comfortably and do the things I want very comfortably. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be comfortable. Some people don't think that way. That's okay. It's not like I hate welding either. It's alright. It's cool. It's neat. You tell people like, oh, I'm a welder. I'm like, oh, cool. What do you do? Oh, I make this, this, and this. But yeah, I'm not doing it because I love welding. I didn't know I liked welding. I chose it pretty much randomly. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Sure, why not? That sounds good to me. And then supposedly they're looking for lots of welders because there's not enough. So apparently it'd be easy for me to get a job, and then I can just do what I want with that.
And what do you want to do?
Nothing. Not work for the rest of my life, that's for sure. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what to do, but I wouldn't recommend trying for a dream job. And if you really wanted a dream job, like, more power to you, but it's certainly not the smartest thing in the world in a realistic point of view. I don't even know what a dream job would be considered for some people, like being an astronaut. I've never had a dream job, like, wow, I really want to do that when I grow up. I'm a big fan of doing what you want to do, so maybe you don't even go to school if you don't want to. I don't see why you have to. You shouldn't be required. Nothing should be required. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want to do it, do it. I feel like asking a high schooler what they want to do for the rest of their life is an extremely stupid question to ask. I don't understand how you could ask anyone really what they want to do for the rest of their life. Kind of a hard choice to make, really. When you're like in kindergarten or middle school and they ask you like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And like some kids say, oh, I want to be a dinosaur. I want to be like a pirate. And it's like, yeah, me too. I'd rather be a pirate. And then you get to high school and then they seriously ask what you want to do. And I would say, I don't know. I don't know how I would know what I want to do. I want to make money probably most efficiently as possible so I don't have to work. I don't know anybody who's like, man, I have to go to work today. I'm so excited because I get to work. That's what I'm born to do, and that's what I will always do because that's my job as a human. I'm forced to work. Once again, it's your job. That's all it is. That's all it should be. It shouldn't be something you have to commit yourself to out of work time. You shouldn't have to think about it over the weekend. You do it 9 to 5, and then that's it. Yeah, I suppose if you look at it a certain way, you're forced into a job because without the job, you'll die without outside support, such as parents or government assistance, because you need money to live and have a place to stay. So you do need a job to get money so you can be alive. I do think there's a societal pressure to have a job because without said job, you're seen as a useless member of society because you're not contributing anything. Because all you do is sit around and don't work. So therefore you don't help, therefore you're useless. And because you don't work or don't help, you don't deserve anything. That is why you were born. You were born into this machine so that you can work and then die. I would say it's probably better to have a passion for something and then lose it rather than having no passion at all from the start. Probably because at least you had some passion, and yeah, sure, you lost it in this instance. Hopefully you can gain it back, but never having any passion for it at all is probably, it's I don't know what to say. Yeah, I would say it is probably better to experience something that you enjoy doing and then lose it rather than having no enjoyment at all. At least you enjoyed yourself for a little bit. No, I don't have any wise words of wisdom.
This is a perfect place to end it. I don't have any wise words of wisdom. Bye.